Welcome to Scrum Masters Elite_UK, where Fantasy Super Rugby Pacific is analysed through data, strategy, and clear thinking. If you want to elevate your decisions and learn from every round, subscribe to the channel now.
Looking back at round 2 of Fantasy Super Rugby Pacific, I realised I wasn't just following a points-based game. I was witnessing a multi-dimensional picture of form, belief, risk, strategy, and deeply human psychological shifts. Record-breaking scores, sharp price rises, forced changes ahead of round 3, all combined to create an emotional and thought-provoking round. The most striking feature was undoubtedly the dominance of players from the Hurricanes. It wasn't just one individual shining, but an entire system functioning smoothly, supporting one another and generating collective points. In fantasy, when a whole team explodes at once, it reflects squad depth, tactical clarity, and competitive intensity. I didn't just see brilliant plays, I saw preparation and elite execution. Fehi Fineanganofo's 106 points were clear evidence of that attacking power. 2 tries and 1 assist, but what impressed me most was his proactivity in every situation. High scores don't come from luck alone, they come from consistently being in the right place at the right time. I asked myself, was I sharp enough to recognize the potential before the round began? Or do I only see value after it's already proven?
Right behind him was Callum Harkin with 103 points, despite not scoring a try himself. That made me think even more deeply. Fantasy often pushes us to focus on scoring moments, but Harkin demonstrated the value of all-round contribution, contesting possession, tactical movement, quiet yet effective impact. He reminded me that success isn't always loud. In life too, some people never appear on the scoreboard, yet they are the foundation of collective strength. Amid the Hurricanes' dominance, Samisoni Taukei'aho stood out. With 83 points this round and 132 total after 2 rounds, he leads his position. What stands out here is consistency, less flashy, but critically important. Fantasy isn't just a race of explosive moments, it's a journey of steady accumulation. Taukei'aho offers a lesson in maintaining form even when the spotlight isn't directly on you. Selection trends in round 2 also reflected community psychology. Taukei'aho appeared in 75% of teams, a clear sign of collective trust. His 22 points weren't spectacular, but they preserved value and avoided disappointment. Here, I see the balance between safety and risk. Choosing with the crowd reduces downside risk, but it also limits differentiation. It made me ask, in critical decisions, am I leaning too heavily on consensus? As captain, Will Jordan was trusted by 21% of managers. His 62 points and $0.3M price rise were well deserved, even though the Crusaders lost to the Brumbies. Fantasy has its own logic. An individual can shine even when the team struggles. The lesson: separate fan emotion from data analysis. Ignoring individual form because of team defeat can cost opportunity.
Heading into round 3, a new challenge arises as the Waratahs have a bye. 56% of managers must now replace Max Jorgensen, who sits on 146 points and ranks 2nd overall. This is where fantasy's unpredictability becomes clear. Last week, he was almost essential. This week, the schedule forces adaptation. The game teaches flexibility, a skill valuable far beyond sport. Charlie Cale leads the entire competition with 189 points. 2 consecutive $0.5 million price rises suggest sustained form rather than a short burst. His upcoming home clash against the Blues will be a crucial test. Should I continue backing momentum or prepare for regression? This is the essence of strategic management, balancing current trends with hidden risk. Caleb Tangitor and Billy Proctor have also rediscovered form, scoring 76 and 64 points respectively. Their resurgence reinforces my belief that true ability eventually resurfaces. Not everyone sustains peak performance continuously, but solid foundations reward patience. Sometimes in personal growth, we need time rather than drastic change. More broadly, round 2 wasn't just about big scores. It demonstrated how data analysis, form tracking, and contextual understanding create competitive advantage. Fantasy teaches me to read matches more deeply, not just tries scored, but defensive work, off-ball movement, and tempo influence.
Personally, I've learned 3 key lessons. 1. Stay calm amid volatility. Rapid price rises are tempting, but emotion-driven moves are dangerous. 2. Always prepare contingency plans. Fixtures, injuries, and form can change instantly. 3. Take calculated risks to create differentiation, rather than defaulting to safe options. For fans, fantasy is a gateway to deeper rugby understanding. It encourages appreciation of silent contributions and collective effort. I no longer watch solely for tries, I observe defensive support, positional play, and structural discipline. Every detail has value. For the community, fantasy creates a space for constructive exchange. With objectivity and respect, it becomes a training ground for strategic thinking, risk management, and informed decision-making. It's not just a game, it's a lesson in accountability. As I close my reflections on round 2, I realize ranking isn't what matters most. What matters is what I've learned. Fantasy mirrors how I face challenges. Am I flexible when plans change? Patient with long-term strategy, clear-headed enough to resist crowd mentality. Entering round 3, I choose a steadier mindset. I'll analyze thoroughly, without letting fear of mistakes dictate decisions. I'll respect the data, while trusting intuition shaped by experience. Above all, I'll continue to see fantasy as a learning journey, where each round delivers not just points, but growth. Perhaps the greatest value of Fantasy Super Rugby Pacific isn't in numbers like 106 or 189 points, but in how it teaches me to think, to stay patient, and to constantly refine myself. And to me, that is the most sustainable victory of all.
Scrum Masters Elite_UK wraps up round 2 of Fantasy Super Rugby Pacific with lessons in strategy, flexibility, and composure. See you in round 3, where every decision makes a difference.